I think that sometimes God moves us in ways that it may seem contradictory to other people's perception or how they see or read the word or literally what it says. But I think that's why we have to be very clear on having a relationship with God, not just a religion with God. We have to be very clear on hearing from God. And that's got to be the compass. Period. The relationship with God, and not the relationship where you're not really hearing that and you just want to do what you want to do and you want a reason to do it or an excuse to do it, but really knowing if that's what you're hearing God to tell you to do, no matter what anybody thinks or anyone says, you got to move the way God's telling you to. And that's just that.
Outside of your closest friends, your support, do people or did people know that you had such a close relationship with God?
I think people see what they want to see. If you go back to every men's magazine that I was on the cover of and you realize that I never wore a bathing suit, I never wore lingerie, and then you look in those interviews from 1999, 2001, 2004, 2000, you will always see that I always said, I am a Christian, I believe in God, I'm not going to do anything that would disappoint God, God is my compass. I've always talked about God. And I think that sometimes when people go, oh, well, it's the cover of a men's magazine. Well, for me, that's not a conviction of mine. I don't feel that God is concerned with what I'm wearing. And so if that is not my conviction, it says in the Bible, he who has faith have it to himself before God. Happy is he who does not condemn himself in what he proves. Meaning, and then it goes on to talk about if you don't really believe that that's what God approves, then you are sinning. But if you really believe that between you and God, then that's that, period. That's what that is for you. And so that's the tattoo I have on my hand, which even that is like, oh, you shouldn't pierce your butt. Well, for me, it's a reminder to not go too far down the religious rabbit hole, and stay in the relationship with God. God, what do you say? And so for me, I never had a conviction about that kind of thing. My feeling was like, I want to get these words that I'm saying about God and how much I love God and how God is the head of my life. I want to get this to the people who are going to pick up this magazine, because I'm not going to get to them any other way. And most of the other people in the church, they're not going to get to them at all. So if I feel comfortable and I don't feel like I'm doing something wrong, then I'm just going to be authentically me, and I'm going to reach other people that other people don't, just by being who I'm called to be and being authentically that.